Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the freaking internet. 'Tis I, the Fat Walk Knight, as always, coming to you from another humble video here on my hardcore totemless survival world. Yes! In the last one, we built some trees, we got a bridge structure completed, and we started to do some terraforming here on the lakeside shore, and damn is it starting to look very good. We're in the process here of creating what I call Seraphs Outpost. It is a one-in-a-kind base where it is a forest created entirely by me. Natural biome of whatever I decide to put into it, and in efforts to make something that maybe Minecraft could implement in the future as something that looks better than the generic trees of the Minecraft, but allow us to do something bigger and brighter for ourselves. Our goal? Very simple. We want all of our bases to be connected together. We are not allowed to wear any kind of netherite armor. We are not allowed a totem, as well as there can be no finished torches in our finalized build. And last but not least, certainly the greatest rule I've had to implement thus far, we have to use at least 3 of every single block that is obtainable in Minecraft in this one build here. Now, the build is pretty large, and it needs to be because we want to use every single block in the game. And I don't want to just do what most people do and make a block museum. No, no, no. We are taking the challenge head freaking on, and we are making it so that all the blocks blend seamlessly together in one epic biome. So sit on back. We're going to get a lot of work done, a lot of progress done. It's going to appear random because I have ADHD, but sit back and do not worry about a thing because we're going to take you on a little ride and an adventure through 7 hours of work. Let's go. Here's our beautiful shore. We still have a lot to go all around the island, but it's going to look beautiful. And now we're going to get lost in the sauce. Here we are, unsuspectingly trying desperately to find the coordinates for a big slime chunk that I have discovered. It is 2 chunks wide, then a break, then 2 chunks again, and then 1 on either side of the break as well, creating 6 beautiful, big, bold slime chunks all neatly packed together with a centralized point in the middle that all the slimes can funnel down into. Unfortunately for us, we actually did not have a slime chunk here. I didn't check beforehand. I didn't even use chunk borders beforehand. I just assumed that I was freaking correct, and as a result, guess what? Yeah, you guessed it. Not a single slime chunk will be dug here. 7 chunks dug to Y level 0, and for what? Well, it's not for nothing. We're gonna make something beautiful of it, but it's not going to be what we originally set out to do. So let's hop into our very first time lapse of the episode here and start some crazy digging. Got a lot to do, little time to achieve it. And just like that, a lot has happened. You wouldn't believe it, but in the course of all of that, what we ended up doing is creating our own Enderman farm, our very first XP farm of the world at just over 600 days into this world. I know what you're thinking. How could you survive this long without an XP farm? Why did it take you so long to build one? That's the most inefficient iron farm or Enderman farm I have ever seen in my life. I know. All of these things, great questions, great sentiments, great statements. And, I don't really have an answer for that, to be honest. Each and every series that we do, I say, we're going to build an XP farm right away, make our life easier, make it so that we have everything we need right off the get-go, and then we can just start building. Well, that's not how my brain works. It never has, and it probably never freaking will. Just because we do it in a weird way, and I'm so worried and preoccupied about building and getting established that I forget that that is actually part of getting established. And as a result, I kind of do what I feel like and just negate it in its entirety. And that should be an absolute surprise to anyone that has watched me for any given time. Shouldn't. It really should not be a surprise because I just get sidetracked, I do random things, and sometimes they work out well in our favor, and sometimes they lead us down a wide rabbit hole in which there is no surfacing back from. So, as I stated, we are digging out basically 7 chunks. A chunk is defined by a 16 by 16 area, though it would definitely help if you actually had the the grid lines up and functional waiting for you to see them. I, however, as the Minecraft pro that I am, obviously did not do that. I counted the coordinates, I looked at the F3 menu, and I looked at the app, and culminated that this was the start of my slime farm. These 2 chunks here would be the first of 6 to fall in line, all to be ported into a single chunk in itself. But we all know already that that is not quite what happened. I was kind of wondering at this point, as we are below Y40, why I had not seen a single slime. But nevertheless, I kept persisting, I kept digging, and we used our newfound Enderman farm to gain ourselves a lot of experience, as well as repair all our tools and make just a few freaking more tools. All of which will help us to dig out this massive quantity of space. Now, we are not simply doing it because we just need a slime farm, okay? We are doing it because we need stone, we need cobblestone, we need andesite, we need all sorts of materials from the ground, including ores, because of how many blocks we need to still place for this island here. And that is the truth. So, we just continue digging it as we can. We try and keep things neat and tidy. Organization is 100% needed here to ensure that we do things well and we do it great. Even though it took me 4 attempts to get into this roof with rockets, pay 0 attention to that because it didn't really happen and it's all in your own imagination. Beautiful. Well, that's enough gab for me. Time to jump back in. We're going to do a little bit more of the cuts, and we'll make some more progress. So let's go. just like that, we're back again. We have mined out 2 of the 7 total chunks that we need to mine out. Pretty fantastic. Nice smooth going now that we have the Enderman farm up and functional. And it makes things a hell of a lot easier, I must say. Because now we are able to just repair our tools in a matter of minutes, and we don't have to worry about trading with emeralds, or with villagers for emeralds, rather. We don't have to worry about any of those shenanigans. Especially because our infinite string duplicator does not work in this version of Minecraft anymore. We don't have to worry about our need to get the emeralds and everything like that. But now we do have a problem of we still need emeralds, and now we are not able to easily attain them. We have all the books. We have the villager that trades for the pickaxe so that we can get an infinite amount of those. However, I think to get 1 max pickaxe, it takes like 4.5 stacks of emeralds or something, because we got low rolls on all of the trades that we need to create a new pickaxe. That is really, really bad news for us, because with that, it's very difficult for me to make new tools. I had to cannibalize my beacon a while ago just to get a little bit more emeralds and then replace it with iron ones, as we now have a somewhat functional iron farm, and it is trickling iron in every so often, which is nice. But we still have a couple issues in that we are desperately going to need emeralds, and I'm thinking now that this has been a failed attempt at making a slime farm. I'm thinking we either make a gigantic sugarcane farm, melon farm, a pumpkin farm, or some other farm here that allows us to gain emeralds on a decent rate. Not talking overkill, not talking like, 100,000 emeralds or anything like that. We just need enough to sustain our slow trickle of obtaining new pickaxes, axes, hoes, and shovels. Getting all 27 of each of those tools so that we very rarely ever have to go back into getting any tools or repairing any of our tools that we have, simply because with 27 of them you're able to mine like 9 times, let's just round up to 10,000 times 27, which is like 270,000 blocks roughly that you can mine with 27 pickaxes. So if I was able to do that, I would not have to go and repair tools very often or do anything of the sort. We would simply just be able to have them all at our leisure, and it would make things far easier for us in the long run. If I ever lose this world, or when I lose this world, I should say, to be politically correct, we were doing it first thing. Like, as soon as we get to the end in the next world, we are doing this. We are making a freaking Enderman farm, because this is ridiculous. Seriously. Like, maybe I'll get wings first just so that I can have some kind of safety, but we need to do this far and early on, because I feel like so much of my progression is gated behind my lack of ability to make things that I actually need for the series. And I continue to do that through this day, and, it's just what it is at some point, right? Yeah, that's what I think. So we're going to keep on keeping on here, digging out this small little sections, and we'll come back here in just a hot minute. Well, I kind of lied, because it really has not been, in fact, a hot minute. But we've decided to speed things up just a smidgen here as we take on just towering through all of this stone and cobble, granite, andesite, coal, all the materials that we've got going on here. And I think it is going pretty damn well, if I do say so myself, and I do. We are having a lot of fun here, a lot of effort, and a lot of suspense, because at this moment here in recording, I still do not know the secret. I do not know that these are not slime chunks. I thought I was just doing something purely wrong and didn't understand how slime spawned, how they functioned, how the mechanics worked. That is at least what I thought, and I'm quickly not quickly realizing, but at this point, don't have a clue. Future me, current me, I very much know that I was very dumb. Not only did we not use chunk borders, F3G, I believe, but we also didn't read the right coordinate, and we're not like 5 or 10 blocks off. No, no, no. We literally are like 200 blocks off from where we actually need to be. So, of course, at some point, we are going to have to dig out another 7 chunks to Y level 0 so that we can get ourselves a really nice slime farm and have the capabilities of making some complex things if we so choose to. And, you know, it's just how it goes. This is going to be the last episode today, or before Christmas here. And that's kind of exciting. It's got its woes, it's got its anguishes, but it's also got its happy and it's good. I kind of like, although a little bit of a cynic, I kind of like that some things are just easy. When you look around and you see, like, I don't know, happiness all around you for the holidays, I would say. It's very intoxicating. It's very hard to ignore it. And it's just something that I think, like everything, it can spread so easily. Toxicity spreads so easily. Happiness and like happy traits also like spread like wildfire. And I think that is kind of an interesting thing because I've never really experienced that before, but it's really a cool thing. The older I get here, the more I'm kind of realizing that Christmas really isn't for the presents and everything like that. It's spreading some kind of cheer, because for some odd reason, we only like to spread little bits of cheer through the year. Certain holidays, mainly Christmas, sometimes New Year, and other holidays like that, I feel like we just need to do more. We need to spread more kinds of positivity. We need to pick each other up more often than what we are doing. And we need to stop this pointless revenge against everyone that we've got going on. I see it far, far too often, and I don't really know how to stop it, how to, try and go on with that positivity. But I will leave you with one message here for that time lapse. I think we should all be just a little bit more on the kind side. Costs you nothing, and you truly never will know what anyone is going with, what someone is going through, how their day is going, what kind of tragedies and woes have struck in, or any of the above, truly. And so that is my goal for this year, I think, just to spread a little bit more of that positivity and trying to make myself a little bit more positive to others and hopefully radiate that effect to everyone I come in contact. Not a New Year's resolution, but just a personal goal of mine. So let's get right back to the video and let's finish this up. last little time-lapse down. Obviously, we're still doing the time-lapse thing here and behind the scenes, but that is a-okay. So, in a summation here, we were able to get our Enderman farm well and built. We were able to repair our tools. We were able to dig out a lot of the material here that was in the ground and allow us to get a surplus of things that we actually need. We were able to repair and construct some new tools, and we were able to just have a little discussion about being a little bit more kind in the world as we know it. But I think that is going to do it for me for today. I want to wish everyone happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Whichever you celebrate, whichever you prefer, not offending anyone, just simply saying what it is that I recognize and what I believe in. So, again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see everybody next week after Christmas is over. Stay frosty. Ciao.